All right, our next lesson is French baguette with the eau dough. Eau dough is a pre-fermented dough. The book, Your Own Baking Book, talks about two others, Biga, which is an Italian starter, and Polish, which is the French style starter. And what basically starters do here is give recipes like French baguettes probably a better aroma, flavor, and also shelf life to the bread that you're making. So we usually do this about a day before to allow to ferment long enough to develop that flavor. So what I've done here is I've added the flour, the salt, the yeast, and the warm water. We're going to knead this in a mixer with a dough hook for about 10 minutes. And you want to do it at probably a medium speed. You can start off with a low speed if you want, so you don't get flour all over the place, but once that has kind of incorporated with the other ingredients, go on to a medium speed. You also want to make sure that on safety here, you want to make sure that the mixer is locked. And here we see the ingredients pull away from the bowl, and that's what you want to do. And 10 minutes are up. The dough is nice and smooth. We're going to go ahead and put it on our bench table here. We're going to go ahead and round it now. And rounding is basically getting ready for bulk fermentation. We're going to put it into a bowl about double its size. We're going to add a little flour to it and cover it. We're going to let it sit out for about 4 to 6 hours at room temperature to let those flavors, ingredients develop. And then after that, we're going to put it in the refrigerator for the next day before we start our baguettes. Now, I talked a little bit about Polish and Biga. Those two starters are much, much more wetter, tackier, and I also did a Polish starter, and this is what it looks like. We put it in a mason jar. You can see there's a lot more liquid going on there. This is the next day. We went ahead and mixed all the ingredients along with the old dough. And once we've got it nice and smooth, we put it into another container. You can see where it's bulk fermented there. That takes about, I'd say another about 45 minutes or so to ferment. Here I went ahead and cut my 4 loaves, put them in a rectangle, flatten them out. And now what I'm doing is rolling them up. I'm trying to create a seam, and from that seam, I'm releasing a lot of the air out of it. So the key here is trying to shape this. When we talk about a traditional baguette, we're looking at about 16 to 18 inches in length, and at the final product should weigh about 9 ounces. So I'm rolling it out. This helps relax the dough and helps shape it as well too. So the key is that seam. You got to make sure that seam is sealed, and usually typically you put the seam on the bottom on the tray there. So I went ahead and did this. Now that I've got my length correct and it's not pulling back too much, I go ahead and add it to the sheet tray here with the 3 other doughs, or 3 other baguettes. And I'm going to so here they are. This is right before we go ahead and proof these. Another 45 minutes or so. And after that's done, we proof it with you see a damp towel there. I'm pointing out right here, you need to preheat the oven about 450. When you preheat the oven, now the recipe doesn't say to do this, but I suggest this, you need to go ahead and add a water pan to the bottom of the oven so you can create some steam. And what steam is going to do is give you a nice crust, color, and all that stuff on your baguettes. Right now what I'm doing is scoring the baguettes with a very sharp paring knife. If you have a lame, use it. It'll be easier. It'll cut through nice and thin, even pieces. So I follow the recipe. So I'm going to go ahead and add the water at the same time as the bread. We're going to put a timer on for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to move the water out. We're going to add another 10 minutes cooking time to the bread. This is your assignment for the week. It's been posted on Schoology. The recipe is also on Schoology. This is what your final product should look like, and I wish everybody good luck. Thank you.